Hey there, Coach Abaxial here with Game Gym Online. Thanks for coming in. Regardless of whether you want to win a Clash tournament with your friends, climb a challenger, or one day go pro, we're here to point you in the right direction. This is neutral pulling and team fights. Team fights are an intense high point in League of Legends games. You can hit the crucial engage, carry the game with a pentakill, or die instantly. In order to give yourself the best chance of success in team fights, it is important to understand some of the principles that underlie good positioning. We'll start with the Dragon Pit. It is a frequent place for many of these team fights, and there are a few consistent features that we can cover here.
Exercise 1. Visualizing bad, then good positioning. Enter practice tool. Turn on health toggle. We'll be using a lot of target dummies today. By default, it's Shift B to create an enemy dummy. It's Shift N to create an allied dummy, and it's Shift M to clear all dummies from the map. We can also warp to the Dragon Pit with Shift plus S. So I'm going to spawn a dragon right here. Any will do. And let's first visualize what happens when we hit the dragon and simply attack it where it stands. So if I have enemies here and here, my team is here. Well, what we see now is that we've given the opponent the ability to pincer us, to surround us, and me, notice I've chosen an ADC right here, I don't really have a good way to walk out of here. I can't kite towards there, I can't kite towards there. I can walk into the Dragon Pit, but if I have to flash away or something, then I'm just out of the fight, period, and there's no way I'm rejoining. I also might get trapped by something else in the process. So, rather than play a lot of team fights like this, what we can do instead, we're gonna wipe that, is we can line them up like so. And then this is what we might call a front to front, more organized kind of team fight. And like this, okay, now the backline can play safely. Now the team fight's a little bit more even. There are other types of team fights, of course, but this is a good starting place, to recognize for your team. Now, in order to fight like this, well, and still hit the dragon, we'll have to pull out the dragon. So, we hit the dragon. We can cut it out a bit. I'm going to have to wipe that dummy right there. But you see, with a little bit of work, we can actually fight the dragon and be tanking it outside of this area. So again, let's just visualize this. Like this now, my team can hit the dragon and still be trying to be in a good position to fight. Because being able to, still win the fight is, an important thing. It's not just purely about can you get the objective, can you try and push the enemy jungler away from the dragon. There's a different discussion we had about that, but usually you'll see that most teams prefer to pull out the dragon and make it a bit more 50-50 rather than risk losing the team fight. Okay, now let's talk about different maps. Remember that there are elemental dragons in League of Legends, the Cloud, Mountain, Infernal, and Ocean Dragon, at least at this particular moment in late 2022. That I believe that's going to change for next year. But remember that the pit, the geometry of that actually changes a bit. So earlier we had the dragon about here, that's the limit of where you can tank it. But if you have a mountain or infernal dragon, we can, or at least, sorry, a mountain or infernal map, we can move him out a little bit further. So let's go ahead and kill that dragon. So just give yourself some gold here. Buy a bunch of items. It doesn't really matter which ones. We'll kill the dragon. Now, I can click Infernal here in the game, but it doesn't actually mean, at least for practice tool, that I'll necessarily get Infernal for the soul, but we'll see what happens. I did get Infernal. Okay, great. If you don't get Infernal or Mountain, then you can just make a new game and try again. But now, I just want to show exactly how far out we can kite this guy. So Now you can see this is a little bit further out than before. Previously, you can only get the dragon to, the lip of the pit or just a little bit past out there. But now you can pull the dragon really, really far away from the enemy team. So again, that lets you have a few more different positioning games, lets you outrun some flanking champions from the enemy team.
We'll pause here for now. If you want to keep learning about this topic, then I'll see you in part 2.